Hey, what's up, guys? It's Audio Addiction. My name is Brandon, and we're here with a special guest that you may have seen his face before. He kind of dropped out on the last one, so I figured, let's get him in for an interview. So this is Nathan from Whalebones and the Wise Man Fears, which I just found out about because I was like, wait, he's on tour with them, and I was just like, oh wait, he's in the band. That's sick. So
Yeah.
so anyway, you can kind of introduce yourself and what you do in each of those bands specifically.
All right. Well, what's up? I'm Nathan, and I play guitar in the Wise Man Sphere, and then I play guitar and sing and write the music for Whalebones.
Okay. So my first question is, how'd you guys start out? I mean, you can kind of take your time on either one. Um,
Yeah.
but just how'd you guys each? I mean, like you have two bands, and it's quite interesting because I've never met anyone who was in two separate bands, but like on completely different spectrums. Like Wise Man Fears, like metalcore, like that type of genre, and then like yours is like indie rock, like Whalebones is like indie rock and stuff like that. So I'm just
Yeah.
curious how that came to be.
Um, I think it's just like okay. So basically, I went to IU, went to Indiana University, and I met Paul in our dorm. We were hanging out, and we just realized we have a lot of music in common. Um, just bands like Switchfoot or Secret and Whisper,
Nice, nice.
stuff like that, and yeah, a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of bands in between there that are just I'm not mentioning, but uh, sort of just started hanging out and jamming and doing whatever. And I was like showing him songs that I'd written in high school that I hadn't really shared with anybody. Um, I was like super particular about who I like shared my songs with. Not like I would play my song for you if I had it, but as far as like a creative environment or like jamming with somebody, I wouldn't. I just would be like, oh, that's cool. I wanted somebody that I felt like shared my ideals and my morals.
Yeah.
I feel like that's important, at least for me as a musician. I think like it's important to like the things that my songs are about. I think need to be things that I like share, have in common with the people I'm playing with. So met him and we just started jamming and stuff, and uh, eventually um, the Whalebone stuff just came out of that. At the same time, he was like, "Yo, I'm in this band, and we don't have a guitarist anymore. We have one guitarist. Our
Yeah.
guitarist dropped. Are you looking to just like jam with us?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so I like went over to their house, this Joe, the Screamer's house, and we were all just hanging out and jamming, and we ended up writing a song, and like just in that like day I was there, and then we woke up the next day and Joe was just like, so like, are you just jamming with us or are you like in the band now? So like, I don't know, man. I guess we'll just see what happens. I'm good with whatever. And then it just kind of like flowed naturally, and we ended up all meshing well, and so that happened.
That's yeah,
Yeah, it's sort of like how it all works.
yeah, it's kind of interesting because like I would have never I didn't know which one came first, like Whalebones or Wise Man Fears, but they kind of happened at the same time. So that's really interesting because um, it's just like they're totally opposite. And I
Yeah,
would have never expected like if you're like indie rock, you're like, man, don't, like, not saying you don't like metal, but like
yeah,
metal is like not the closest thing to
yeah.
indie rock. So
Yeah, totally. And I don't
and
know, when I was in high school and stuff, like I listened to indie rock and like punk music. The only metal I ever listened to and pretty much still kind of listen to is like Under Oath and
yeah,
stuff like that. But Paul like introduced me to all these other bands like Memphis Mayfire, Mice and
yeah,
Men, stuff
yeah,
I've like, never heard of. I know those are big names, but that was not a scene that I was a part of at all. And so I like definitely like did my like
your
did
homework.
my homework, and I think I like got a pretty firm grasp on what it is, and I'm still learning about everything today, but yeah,
But I mean, like, so obviously Paul had a major influence in that, but
yeah,
did you, so like he just gave you music to listen to, so I assume like you hadn't been listening to it, like obviously you knew about it because
right.
they're getting pretty popular now, but I meant even before then, were you like, oh yeah, I kind of know that band, or like Paul was like, oh, Memphis
It wasn't.
Vampire. Like this
It
is
wasn't
it.
like he was giving me homework either. I mean, like, just like I like every time I meet somebody, I'm like, dude, what are you listening to? And if I haven't heard of what they're like talking about, then it's just like I need to check that out. Like I've never heard of that before. That sounds cool. But no, I'd never heard of those bands at all. Like
That's
Memphis
crazy.
Fire was the band like that. I was like, dude, this is cool. Like I need to check this out. And I started listening to stuff like that, and I was like, whoa, like this is tight. And so I kept listening to them. I never heard of like A Day to Remember. Like I never
Wow.
so yeah, just it's like a completely different scene, dude. Like no one, like I don't know. So yeah, I don't know, but it was cool. It was like opening up this like whole new area of music that I had no idea. I thought like basically once Under Oath broke up, like metal stopped. Like
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know things were like still happening, and so it was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I'm gonna check this out.
That's kind of crazy because, like, for me at least, like, I've been listening to it for quite some time, and I'm just surprised that, you're like, oh, well, yeah, I just found out about these bands, and I'm like, I've been listening to them for, like, years now. It's kind of,
It's just like 4 years,
oh,
but
okay, but still,
but
that's still kind of, like, crazy because, like, again, like, Under Earth has been around, and obviously they resurfaced again, but,
yeah,
like, it's just interesting to me that, like, you're you were in indie rock and then kind of just broke out, and obviously you still do Whalebones and you still write indie music, but it's
yeah,
just interesting how, and I was telling Paul this like the episode he was on, like how
yeah,
you guys kind of like mix different things, because I was
yeah,
saying like there's some times where like Whalebones, like you'll add some stuff that like is particularly seen in like metal music,
yeah,
and then like indie parts and kind of like metal things. So I think that's
yeah,
kind of like the new wave of things, is just like to kind of take influences from like what you listen to and like what you've kind of started out listening to. Because
yeah,
I know for me, I like for me to get into that type of music, I listen to like a lot of classic rock. My dad's like a huge classic rock fan, so
yeah,
that's how I started out, like listening to that stuff. And then inevitably I listened to like August Burns Red, Devil Wears Prada, stuff like that. And
right.
then it just went on from there, and I just started to find like newer bands and like obviously Under Oath and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's
it's all about your progression, and I
yeah.
think when you write, you can't help but like take influence from your own inclination. So yeah, for me, I have like very like I grew up on like folk music.
Oh
And
really?
I
Wow.
love folk so much. Um, so I was like super influenced by that, and that's definitely like helped me as far as like finger picking and different like
Yeah,
guitar things that I
absolutely.
prefer. But then moving in, I definitely was like a metal kid when I was younger, and like just as heavy as I could get it, and I didn't go with that, but I tried to get it pretty heavy, and then there was like literally like a day in high school where I was just like, whoa. Like I heard Andrew Bird for the first time, and I'd always been into indie rock, but like it was like another thing I listened to,
Yeah.
and like I heard Andrew Bird one day, I was like, this is amazing. I like dropped everything else and like restart. I just started like growing in a completely different direction, and like it just became like this like just eating as much as I
As you
like.
can, yeah,
It's
get
like,
as much as you can, yeah.
exactly. It was just like any band I could find that was like, I don't know. I feel like that was like my like I don't know, like not renaissance, just like my like rebel.
Revolution kind of a
Yeah,
thing,
it was
yeah.
just like I had to find all these new bands and be like, wow, this is so cool. Wow, this is so cool. And like I was really getting into art around that same time, and like I think those go hand in hand, and especially as far as influence goes, it's like
Oh yeah.
art totally influences music and music art and film and things like that. So it's just really cool to like see like that sort of growth and like be able to look back on it and be like, whoa, that's kind of weird how that.
Yeah.
But then yeah, how it influences music as well, or like metal and like indie rock is just like I can't help if I really prefer this chord progression in this song. I can't help it. It's like I know this is a metal
Yeah.
song or whatever. Same thing for metal or for indie rock. It's like yo, I'd like play in this band. I can't help but
Right in that formation, yeah.
exactly. It's like it's your natural inclinations. I was talking to a friend about that last night. Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
yeah,
I got kind of a fun question.
yeah.
You guys are from Michigan, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
We're
Or
from India.
Indiana.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
Very,
Indiana.
yeah,
What are some of your favorite places to visit in Indiana? Because I have not been to like the Midwest kind of area. I
yeah.
think I went to Kansas City or like Missouri,
I'm trying to
but
get there.
my mom's family's from there, so
Okay.
like my grandparents and stuff like that. So they're all out there, and so I've only been there. I went there once, like, but I was pretty young, so I don't remember it. But I'd love to make it out to the Midwest though eventually.
It's nice, you know. It's peaceful. It's flat. It's not necessarily ideal all the time. It gets kind of boring actually. But there's some great stuff in Indiana. Really, if you're really into state parks, which I am.
Yes.
Okay, so there's where Paul and I went to college. Indiana
Yes,
University
yes,
is
yes.
surrounded by state parks.
Awesome.
There's Lake Monroe, which if you know John Cougar Mellencamp, he's like this classic rock singer. He like has a house out there and he just hangs out and you don't really see him. It's just kind of nice to know he's around watching out for you. No, but it's cool and really nice lakes and stuff you can swim in right there and sort of stuff like that.
Why don't we go with how about a musical place?
Oh,
How about
sure,
that?
sure, sure.
We'll do that. We'll do that as well. Well, you kind of named like parks, which is awesome.
Yeah,
What's something like kind of, I guess, in the vein of music?
yeah, definitely. There's a lot of stuff. I would say that Bloomington has a music scene, but you have to know where to look. So they've got a cool house music scene.
Okay.
Not house music, but like house shows.
Yeah, yeah, house shows, yeah.
And so Nick from the House Olympics and also Whalebones, he's a multi-talented dude. He like runs a house venue basically, and
Oh, that's
he
cool.
books a lot of bands. He books a lot of like bands that are on like Run for Cover, Top Shelf Records, and stuff like that. So that's really cool to have them come through and like be like, oh, they're like right in my backyard. I can see these like awesome bands that are like killing it and touring and doing great stuff and all that. And then as far as like Bloomington, there's other houses and a few other venues, but it's not like a consistent thing necessarily.
Okay.
Indianapolis is definitely like a lot cooler,
Yeah.
which is about an hour and a half north. We get some better traffic through there. Our local venue that we like to play a lot is the Hoosier Dome. Everybody's really nice there. It's a great scene, great vibe, and it's really cool. There's also stuff like the Hi-Fi and the Vogue. It's a 21 and up place. So it's a bar, and I've seen some great acts there. I saw Aesop
Awesome.
Rock there.
Oh, nice.
Let's see, I was like a sophomore in college, and so I wasn't 21 yet. And Aesop Rock is my favorite rapper of all time. And he came, and I was like, I'm going. And it was like December or November, and it was like totally fine out, but I brought an umbrella, and it started to rain in like this freezing cold rain, and I'm sitting in the back alley of the venue all night till 1:30 in the morning, just like waiting for him to come outside for like a second for like a smoke break or something. He finally came out, it was like at 1:30 in the morning. I was like, hey man, can I bother you for a second? I like, told him my situation. I was like, dude, I've been out here all night, and like I love your music. Please, like, can I get a photo with you? And he was like, yeah, man. It was fine. But yeah, I don't know. The Vogue's cool. I've been there once. I saw Tokyo Police Club the day after my birthday.
Nice. Yeah. I've heard it.
That's awesome.
I listen to Tokyo Police Club, so that's cool.
They're awesome. They're so cool. They were like one of my high school jams. It was like really fulfilling to see them live and be like, wow, that's the guy. But yeah, there's other venues too. Like there's the bigger venues like the Miran. You can kick there with some cool bands and yeah. I think I'm gonna see Reliant K and Switchfoot there.
Oh, dude, I want to see that one, so I'll have to check. Those are the classics right there.
That's like a perfect lineup. Like that's amazing.
Did you see the video that they posted for the tour? It was hilarious. They were like, "Yo, I think we should like do a tour together," and they're like, "Oh man," like, and then like playing video games and like, "Nah, man, I'm like kind of busy right now," and they're like, "Yeah, we're kind of busy too," and then like it was just like. And then they were just like, let's just do it. Like, let's just do tour together. And then I was just like, that's great. Like, I wish I could have a friendship like that where I could be like, yeah, let's just tour. Like, whatever.
They both are in like really good situations where they could do that. You know what I mean? They can just like step away and like if they could make probably more money if obviously
they toured more. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean they're gonna make a lot of money on this tour because both of the bands are like pulling really well. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like if they want to tour together, they can just be like, hey, you want to do this? Because like we can do this.
Yeah, we can make time for it. Like,
Honestly, like they could book it themselves. They don't even need like a booking agent or anything.
yeah,
Like if they want, I know like the Classic Crime's doing that right now, and Emery's doing that right now. It's just like
they
they
book
just
their own
set up.
shows.
Yeah, and they can do that though because they like are at a level where that's easy to do. You know, they can just like hit them up.
I
Hit up.
also feel like that because they've been around for such a long time and they just like they know because they travel through these places like many times that
Yeah,
they don't necessarily need anybody to do it because they're like, oh, Emery, I love Emery, like let's
exactly.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It's like the venue will look at it and be like, oh, you guys are really
yeah,
big.
big, yeah,
You guys
exactly.
can do it. Yeah.
I don't know. I have to listen to the new Reliant K album. I haven't listened to Switchfoot in quite some time now. I don't know if they had a new album or not, but like classic, Reliant K, like
Yeah.
like all of those albums.
There's a
Um,
record called Forget and Not Slow Down, but that's like 4 or 5 years old.
yes, that
Um,
one was good.
that's amazing. This blew my mind. Oh my
I
gosh.
still think I think either or what was it? Five Score,
Five
Seven.
Score.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are my two faves for.
They're great, man. The Lion K is just like they're very consistent, but not in like a repetitive way. They just like
Yeah,
have a Lion K. So you listen to a record, and even if it's like Forget and Not Slow Down is so different.
yeah.
You
You're
listen
still
to it.
like that's still Reliant K, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Same
And
with
it
Switchfoot.
switched it. Yeah, exactly.
I have not listened to Switchfoot in some time, but now I have to go listen to him.
I don't know if you ever. This is a long time. This is maybe like 8 or 9 years ago. Wow. But Oh Gravity came
Yeah.
out. Okay, cool. I didn't know if like
Oh
if
yeah.
it's like a Meant to Live guy or something like that. But yeah, Oh Gravity was amazing.
Oof.
That and probably Nothing Is Sound are my two favorites.
Yes, yeah. Nothing is sound. That one's
Yeah.
another great one. Ooh.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go back and listen to him now.
I know, dude. Honestly, and they put out okay. So I think their most recent record is Fading West, and they put out a documentary with it. It's on Netflix,
Have
and
to check
it's
it out now.
amazing.
Had to check it out.
It's
You
really cool.
Speaking of documentaries, I want to kind of like take this, out into the
Let's do it.
open. But
Let's-
did you check out the Under Oath documentary?
Dude, yes, I
Tired,
watched
tired violence.
my friends were like, okay, we can either go to this party or
Or
we
you
can.
watch the Under Oath.
And it's like that one, and they were like, great, because that's what we thought you were gonna say. So that was awesome. It's such a good documentary. I love them so much.
Yeah, I highly recommend that if you have not checked it out because it's just interesting, and I think it's even more interesting now because they got back together, and
Yeah,
like nobody thought that was ever gonna happen,
yeah,
and it was just interesting to me to like kind of like because I watched the video and then like I saw them, obviously I saw them pretty recently, but
hmm
it's just crazy to me that like they're like, oh yeah, like Spencer like wanted to continue on and just continue to make music, and obviously he
yeah,
made Sleepwave, which is excellent.
right. Yeah, it's
But
awesome. It's
and
so
then Aaron did his thing. He did his acoustic stuff
Paramore.
at the almost Paramore, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just kind of interesting, and then all the other guys kind of like faded away and did like their own things. But it's
Yeah,
just interesting to see that because like I don't know if you saw any of the shows or went to the Under Oath show, but
yeah,
like he was like it's all because of you guys that like you guys pushed, you guys like
of
tweeted
course.
at us, you guys Facebook messaged us, and was like, come on, like you guys got to get back together again and make
Yeah,
music. So I think that's crazy, and then like also the fact that like they're all happy on the stage. Like if you went to the shows, like they loved playing on a stage. So like it's kind of crazy to me. I
yeah.
think they'll make another record. I don't know how soon, but I have a feeling that they'll, you
That would
know,
be incredible.
just make a new record
Yeah,
together.
I I haven't listened to In Division as much as I should, but obviously Defy the Great Line was amazing.
Yes.
Turning 10 this year. Um,
Yes.
and then Lost in the Sound of Separation.
That one's my favorite. I
It was
think.
I was like, ah, it's fine at first. My favorite too. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's such a work of art.
Cause like I was listening back because like when we obviously we saw them, you saw them as well. I was like I gotta get familiar with all this stuff again because I hadn't listened to it in quite some time.
Yeah.
But I was like my favorites have been I mean I love Define, but I
Yeah,
still don't think Defiant's my favorite. I loved They're Only Chasing Safety. That's still my favorite.
really,
And then Lost in the Sound is like a very close second.
totally.
Nothing
I,
against Define. I love Define, and
yeah, no,
everybody's gonna hate on me because Define's like, yo man, that's like quintessential Underoath, and
it
I was
is
like,
but
yeah, it is, but They're Only Chasing Safety just had that vibe to it, and then I feel like Lost in the Sound is when they like hit their like top tier, just like
yeah,
every track is just rips. It's
it's
disgusting.
crazy. And I think I'm in the same boat as you. Like, Define is huge and amazing, and obviously it's a classic. It
Yeah,
really,
it's classic. Yeah.
but I feel like because of that, it can't be my favorite record. Like, because it's so like iconic, I can't give it the thing. I have to like find like whatever. And yeah, Lost in the Sound just seems like this cohesive. Like, I for Lost in the Sound separation, they were gonna like break up, and they wrote that record like as like
Yeah,
basically
that's a goodbye, kind of. Yeah.
couples therapy for them, like pretty much. But it's like it's crazy, and it's you can feel everything in it. It's just amazing. They're
Yeah.
so good at like harnessing it, and they've always said like they said in Tired Violence, you know, if we're not doing this for the art anymore, we're just not going to do it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and I think that's so important, and something I respect them for so much is that they're just about doing things for the art as opposed to, oh, what do you kids want to hear? It's like, no,
Yeah,
this,
yeah. It's like we're gonna do what we want. Yeah, like
and that should always be your goal as a musician, as an artist, is whatever, you know.
yeah, cause like, and we'll kind of tangent it a little bit, but like, you know, whenever I see somebody like, oh man, like, for example, I was listening to the new I See Stars record
Okay.
because it's coming out this Friday.
Ooh, nice.
So, I've been jamming it a lot lately because I pre-ordered it,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's different, but you know it's them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh man, this doesn't sound like New Demons. Like it's not the same. Like they're not the
What?
same band. They lost their screamer." I was like, "Listen, this band is doing what they want to do,
Mhm.
and because I particularly or somebody particularly doesn't like it, that's their opinion. But I feel like the only way you as a musician, you can probably understand this, but like you as a musician, you just have to kind of grow and do your own thing. Like you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make like New Demons Part 67. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Like, it's gonna get old, and then other people are gonna be like, well, they've kind of lost their creative juice. So I feel like either way you lose essentially because you can't keep everybody happy essentially. Like there's some
Right.
people that are like, oh yeah, continue to do your thing, like like you're growing, like these band, like people don't know what you're talking about. And then some people are like, oh man, like I wish you sounded like New Demons, or you sounded like 3D or something like that.
Right.
And that's not always the case.
Yeah, and I think okay, so I don't have a way to like
Elaborate. Yeah,
I don't have a way to like explain what it is, but I think there's like maybe a difference between making a genuine change or doing it for the wrong reasons.
exactly, that's what
It's noticeable. Like I think there's certain bands that I love. They're like I'm just gonna say it. It's fun. I love Aim and Ignite. Their first record was beautiful, amazing, so fun. It was great. It was fun.
It was fun. They are fun.
Then they made Some Nights, which is their hit, and
Yes.
it's got all that. It's got We Are Young and whatever on it. Can't stand it. It's just like it's similar. Like it's obviously still fun. You can tell, but it's very much a pop anthem record, and it bums me out just because I
You kind
feel
of
like
sold out. Yeah, you kind of sold out. Yeah.
it wasn't genuine, and it did well for them, great, but I think that they had something really special and it was unique to them, and I don't think anyone else can do it.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm not in their position, and whatever. But I think there's stuff like that. But then there's other bands who completely change their sound, and it blows me away. I'm just like,
Yeah.
that was such a amazing decision on your part. I'm proud of you. I'm happy you did that, or I'm supportive at least.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with the being genuine. I was not taking away from that. Like
No, of course not.
I feel like that if you're gonna make a change and you genuinely are like, I'm making this change because I want to make the change in the band because you don't listen to the same music all the time, and
No.
like your music, you know, mental library grows every time that you listen to somebody new.
Right.
So, you know, I appreciate what they did in this album. Like obviously, I'm gonna be doing a review on it later, but like,
Sure.
um, it's tough because like some people you're not gonna be happy with. Like same with the new Beartooth record. Like they made pretty much, you know, Disgusting 2 essentially
Hmm.
in the record, and I'm not hating on it because I loved Disgusting, and
Yeah.
I love that he kind of took it into a different direction a little bit. But there are some people that are unhappy with it and be like, oh well, like you recycled this lick, from the last album
Yeah.
and like stuff like that. And that was just to me was like, yeah, like it does sound like Disgusting 2.0, but like,
Yeah.
that's the type of band that comes along with that. And I feel like, there are some bands that can pull it off, like Moss the Flames. They can put out an angry record every
Yeah.
time and
Yeah.
everybody's gonna love it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's
the
like months.
and
Yeah.
then like you got Issues that change their sound like
Dude, they
every
did
time.
great.
But
That
this
country
new
song
but
is dope.
but the new album's insane, and like they completely switched it up. So I mean, there are like, people who do the same thing, and there are people who don't. I just feel like people just blow it out of proportion for like no reason.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't. I think there's bands that I think it's okay to not grow with the band.
Yeah,
I love Motion City Soundtrack. They are probably the like most consistent like influence. Like I've been listening to them the longest.
yeah.
It's like wow. But I stopped listening to their records after I listened to Go and I wasn't stoked on it, and
Hmm.
I just haven't listened to. I didn't listen to Panic Stations, and that's me. And I I think I just sort of like grew in a different direction than them. I still love like kind of This Memory and Even If It Kills Me and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
The movie's my favorite. But I think those are amazing records and stuff. But I just think we both like went in different directions, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to follow them, but I also am not like, well, they sold out.
Yeah.
I think there's bands that have sold out, but I don't think they're one of them. I think they just were writing what they write, and they were growing up, like they're having kids and like
Yeah.
ever. And it's
Everything's changed for them. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
they're not these like kids in Minnesota who like are like not making healthy life choices. They're responsible adults now.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you write the same like
Yeah, the same, like, yeah.
you don't. You write pop rock and grow, and that's cool. I'm stoked for them. I love those dudes. But
I think it's this. I think I'm in the same boat as you. Not with them specifically, though. I will admit, like those two albums that you mentioned, Even If It Kills Me, especially is like one of my favorites.
yeah,
But like Sleeping with Sirens, their first record, massive. I love that record.
crazy. It's crazy.
The second record, Let's Cheers to This, was also great. But again, like I didn't like what they did with Feel.
Feel
and
is
their,
interesting.
and their newest record is okay.
I heard it.
It's okay, but to me, like I've kind of grown out of what they did, and I still respect what they do, and I'm glad to see them on Warped this year.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just like I always enjoyed their older two records, and
Right.
and I don't hate on them. For me, when I listen to music and when I see other people like comment on music, it's all a matter of opinion. Like some people aren't gonna agree with it, and some people are. And for me, it's just like, you do you. You're in the band. Like, if you want to change and you really believe in the change, and you personally love it, then you should keep it because that's your band. It's your thing. Like. That's how it should be. You shouldn't be like, oh well, this guy in the comments said like, this album was terrible, this last album was terrible, you should have went back to this album. Like, if that were true, then everybody would be making like, the same album, or like, a completely like
This
whacked
doesn't
album.
sound like a freaking AC/DC cover band. All right, man. Yeah, I agree with that completely, and I think that's something that's important, is like having that conviction. And I don't, any of the bands that we talked about, like I don't know their hearts, and I don't know what's going on in their heads, so I can't say with complete certainty that like this band artistically grew and this band like grew for ulterior motive reasons
Yeah.
or ulterior motives. But I think the important thing is just to acknowledge your own personal ideal for what you want in creativity, so that when you write, like I look at writing now and I'm not like, well, I'm 100% not doing this for monetary gain. Like I'm broke, so I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But I recognize that it's always going to be for the art. And if I don't feel like I'm doing it for the art, then I'm just going to like take a step back and wait until it's the right time.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of bands that have taken a step back and were like, hey, listen, we're not gonna write a record for like the longest time. Like the thing that the more recent band that came to mind when you said that was Thrice.
Dude, that record. I was gonna say the same thing.
Thrice took us. If you watch they did like a 4-part YouTube video series about like how they kind of step back from like they toured a lot. They all have families and stuff like that, and they were just like, listen, we need a break. Like, I think you guys can, agree that, we need to just take a step back and just, do our thing. And that's great. And it's just like, to me, that was just like great for them. I appreciate that immensely. And the record, speaking of which, was amazing. But like, I'm just proud that they just took the time and was like, listen, we're going to take a step back, and we're going to write an awesome record that we love and we love to play and stuff like that. And that just, that made me feel good. That, like, there's still people that have, like, integrity and that they still want to write, stuff. Because, with digital stuff, now, like, everybody's going to want, like, a new song, like, next week or whatever.
When's your EP coming out?
Yeah, exactly. And it takes time. Like, Pierce the Veil, like, took, 3 years to write Misadventures, their most recent record, which was amazing as well. But, I'm glad that they took the time to just really sit down, really be like, we can put out an awesome record that sounds still like us, but, we took some time off. Like, and I think that's great to me, to just take some time off, collect yourself, and just write a spot on record. Like,
I agree with that. I think, it's just important to grow, and if you don't feel like you're growing enough, or you don't feel like what you're doing is like for the right reasons, if you just feel like kind of apathetic or whatever, you should take the time to just like wait it out, or make a conscious effort to get in the right mood, or be focused, or be creative.
Oh yeah.
All those things are important.
But we're moving on to the next question, and you kind of talked about it. Just some of your musical influences. I mean, obviously you have 2 different bands, so you would have 2 different sets of influences. But why don't we do the Wise Man Fears? What's some of your influences with that? Obviously, you mentioned Memphis, so Memphis Mayfair.
I think those were like foundational sort of things. I think those are more for Castle in the Clouds, things that influenced me. Those bands like Memphis and Of Mice and Men were 2 that I really was drawn to, and for like the music that when I came into the band, I was like, okay, so this is the kind of music we are. That's at least my understanding. Maybe that wasn't where everybody else was, but so that's sort of where I drew influence from, because I knew that was sort of the direction you're wanting to go. With this newer record, I am trying to pull more of my own personal, I definitely love Memphis. I think they're sick, and I think that Mice and Men's dope too. The new record's grown on me too. What's it called? Not Bones.
Restoring Force, yeah.
Restoring Force, yeah. It wasn't my thing. It was okay at first, but
I get you.
It's growing on me. But yeah, so those bands are foundational, and I think they'll always be there as far as me understanding what this style of music is. But then I definitely want to and the stuff that I've been writing is more oriented towards stuff that I'm into. First of all, Artifacts Pareo. I got the shirt on right now.
Hey, my buddies.
They're so cool. And
I love them.
They do great stuff. And then just as far as chord shapes, they have some really cool chords, and I think that's awesome. I'm super influenced by bands like The Chariot, Underoath, like
Nice. Chariot, yeah.
Norma Jean, Secret and Whisper has always been there.
Yeah, Secret and Whisper, I love them.
Yeah, they're great, and yeah, just different stuff like that. I think is, you know, I there's probably stuff that's more like subconscious that I can't.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to just like blurt out names that are not true or whatever. But those sort of bands are definitely more like to me more like raw and emotional, and I think
Yeah.
that's awesome and important. And it's more fun to play live. We started writing the song, Paul and I, and it's so fun. Like 'cause I don't have to look at. It's not easy by any means, but it's like it's completely different. It's not metalcore, and when you're like moving
That's
around,
cool.
you're moving around, and it's just like wow, this feels so right. And I'm moving more than ever.
I think that's the best.
Yeah.
And yeah, because like I don't write. Like the funny thing is like the tracks that I write for the intros, I don't typically write to write heavy music.
Yeah.
Like I write heavy music, like in the tracks for some reason, just because like, whatever I'm listening to, I'm like, oh yeah, like this kind of sounds cool or whatever and stuff like that. So, like I'll just go off that. But like, yeah, like it's funny because like I won't listen to like I will listen to metalcore and I do listen to a lot of metalcore just because obviously this show revolves around metalcore like these types of
Exactly.
music.
Yeah.
But I definitely listen to more like lighter, not well like
That's
more
fine.
lighter stuff every once in a while.
Yeah.
Artifacts is probably one of my is one of my favorites. Obviously, I'm wearing this shirt,
Incredible.
because I love them. And I'm hyped for the next record because like
I know they're working on it with Chris Comet right now.
yeah. I think they already finished it.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be out this summer. So
They've had a rough patch, man. They got like all of their like not all their gear, but they got their trailer stolen.
yeah.
And all of his drums, Corey's drums. So it's just like he just got new stuff,
Yeah.
new cases and stuff, but it's just been like a long road, and it's too bad. Like that's
Whalebone's Artifacts Pro Tour.
tight. Honestly, that'd be really cool. I feel like they're playing with bands that are a little more technical than us, or maybe a little softer than them. But live we get kind of into it. So
Yeah,
that's,
so it could happen.
yeah, it'd be fun. Definitely wouldn't be opposed to it. There's other bands on Tooth and Nail that are really fun to jam.
Well, kind of speaking of Whalebone, so like would those influences kind of encompass, both Wise Man Fears and Whalebones, or would you say it's a difference? Like obviously it's a difference.
There's definitely a difference. I think the only band that maybe translates over would be Underoath.
Yeah.
They were the first band I ever heard that did post-rock stuff, like all instrumental rock stuff, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful soundscapes. I've been super influenced recently by, first of all, From Indian Lakes, probably one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, nice.
And then Deer and the Headlights, another one of my favorite bands.
I thought you were gonna say Deer Hunter, and I was like,
The Deer Hunter's great. Then that's another one I'd say. I love Deer. I love DEAR bands. Any band that has
D.
D.
Yeah, D.
I love the Deers. DEARs are great.
Oh,
And yeah, so Deer Hunter, Deer in the Headlights, From Indian Lakes, Oceana.
Yeah, Oceana.
The Clean Head EP was probably the best 4 songs like ever like written.
Did you like the older stuff, like the heavier, like Birth
I like
Eater, or
Birth
was
Eater. I like Theater, but that definitely wouldn't influence Whalebones. That would influence Last Man's Fear.
yeah.
But I do like that one. I'm not a big fan of the Tide, but that's me. It's cool. It's good. I like the screamer from the Tide, and the old guitarist from Oceana made a band called Lead Hands.
Yeah. It's also Decoder, I think, right?
Dakota, yeah, changed their name.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're tight. And that's like a tangent of
Speaking of Oceana, they
Yeah.
changed their name
Polyens.
Polienzo. So I was gonna tell you if you didn't know.
They're amazing. They're really cool. It's definitely something that I have to be in the mood to listen to, but I dig it. They recently had their band breakdown, and they did a great job on their GoFundMe. And so they're back on the road kicking it. They like toured with Lydia, which is a band I love.
Yeah.
So
They're touring with Paris, I think, too.
Yep, Paris and Lydia. Yeah.
They're huge now. So
Yeah, they're really doing all right, and they never tour, so good for them. That's great.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think who else. Explosions in the Sky. Um,
Moving Mountains.
Moving Mountains is cool.
Yes.
I really like the split that they did with Prawn. Those songs are beautiful. Let's see. I've been really these are more like idealist sort of
Yeah.
influence as opposed to like actual influence. It's more of just like the emotion it gives me are like different like pieces.
Yeah.
Wagner's like prelude to Tristan und Isolde is like beautiful.
Awesome.
I've been listening to that a lot, and just a lot of classical music. It's just like sort of. I work at like a place where we like take old vinyl and we convert it to digital, so I have to listen to a bunch of.
Oh wow, that's a cool job. I'd love to do that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and so that's definitely like influencing my writing or my like ideals of what like beauty and things like that. And so that's the goal with Will Bones is just like do something that's like as beautiful as possible and like as emotional or like tragic as possible. So without it being forced, it's just like
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, you were just reminding me of an old band that I now have to re-listen to. I don't know if you've heard of them. The Felix Culpa.
yeah,
They,
I almost played a show with them, but the cops came.
oh man,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
nuts. But
yeah,
yeah, they're insane. Like
yeah,
that album's ridiculous, and I have to go re-listen to it after we're finished because
yeah, man.
I have not listened to that band in quite some time. But I was just like,
Yeah,
that band.
yeah.
That band.
Oh,
Now I gotta go listen to them.
dope.
That's
One
crazy.
more,
One
one
more.
more.
You got one more? Okay.
Copeland. Copeland would be my.
Yes.
I
Did
love Copeland so much.
Did you listen to their new one?
Ixora, yeah.
Exora. Yeah, it was great.
I spent too much on a pre-order.
Which one did you get?
I got the one that had the vinyl and the shirt.
Oh
So,
man.
so I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
what did I just do?
It's okay though. You got one of the best pieces of art.
Yeah,
And
it's beautiful. I love it. I'm not complaining by any
what
means.
was that? That was out last year? Yeah, last year.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
That was great. That was such a great record.
They did a great job on that.
There's so many good bands that are coming out with good records.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of
Thanks, Simpson.
yes, Sayers. Ooh, I don't know, man.
How do you know?
Paul and I had this talk last week, and then another band that we had on One Gone Thus last week. He was saying like Anthony Green is Sayerson. I'm like, oh, I can't. I was like, no, Cove, man, Cove. Like,
That's what I'm.
I'm like self-titled and Search for Solid Ground. It's to a classic.
Oh, I
So
understand.
Paul, shout out to you. You know what I'm talking about. That's the best record. Everybody knows it. They're just lying.
Anthony doesn't play songs that Cove wrote.
Yes, I
He doesn't
know.
play anything from those, and I'm fine with it because here's the thing. I think it's like two separate bands. They're just like
Yeah,
it's different incarnations. So like, why should Anthony play Cove's songs? Those are Cove's songs, and they are not in the same range as him. Like,
yeah.
it's a completely different thing. So I totally respect the fact that Anthony's doing his own thing, and it's basically two different things. I am an Anthony Green fan through and
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
I love Circus Survive, and translating the name was what got me into Sayerson. So it's like that's cool.
That's
But
funny you say that. That's funny you say that because like there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, translating the name is like the best Sayerson record, and I'm like,
it's definitely not my favorite.
oh man, like you're killing me because so the self-titled was like where it was at for me because like
Yeah.
I kind of jumped in after translating the name EP, and then I've picked Anthony Green up more in like The Sound of Animals Fighting
Okay.
and like Circa. The more is more like I guess I don't know how to put it. I guess it's more like extravagant or something. I don't even know what the word for it
I
is.
guess would be like a good word.
But yeah, like I followed him more in Circa, and I've always liked him in Circa. Obviously, Blue Sky Noise is one of my favorite albums
Yeah.
of all time.
Yeah, stuff.
But I followed him more in like Circa, not as in Sayerson. Like Cove will always be Sayerson for me, and Paul can agree because Paul and I are like bros from another Mose. But yeah, I don't know, and I'm not saying translating the name EP wasn't bad because I went back and I listened to it. I'm like, man, this is great. But
No, of course. I think for me, it's nice to have this like full production, high quality version of Sayerson Anthony Green.
yeah,
And
that's true. Yeah,
it sounds amazing. It's like a little too loud for me, but it's like just like mastering wise, it's like oh whatever. But I think like it's awesome. I think it like the songs are cool. I think Anthony definitely went back to what he was doing with Seosin before, where he
Yeah,
did
yeah, yeah.
screamy parts, which was like something he doesn't do very often in circus stuff, and it's cool. It's like it's cool to sort of have this like his own style for
Yeah, and
Seosin.
also comparing him to like Seosin and like his other bands that he was a part of, like they're all very different. Like, I mean, while Anthony Green is still like the main component of all of these bands, they couldn't be more different in terms of sound. Like Circa's more ambient, like more like crazier effects, and I just feel like that's because the band itself is different
Yep,
than Seosin. Seosin's more like rock, stuff like
exactly.
that, and it's more cut and dry, and like Circa's more like, whoa, man, like this is nuts, I mean, for me, they're both great, and I'm not trying to knock Anthony Green. I love what he does, but
Yeah,
just to me, I will always hold dear the self title from Seosin. That's just my childhood, my jam. So
sure, man. Yeah,
right up there with the Reliant K and Sebastian and all
yeah,
that stuff. So,
yeah.
but we'll move on to the next one. So as you talked about a little bit, just Indiana's seeing like some positive and negatives. I mean, you kind of touched on it, so I mean, you can kind of roll through it pretty fast, I guess.
Sure. Just positive and negatives in the scene.
Yeah, just positive and negative to like, I mean, it could be like, Indianapolis, or it could be like your local scene in, what was it, Bloomington?
Bloomington, yeah. We've got great friends in Bloomington. House Olympics is a great band. They're really cool. They're doing great stuff in their scene. Um, and they're just really nice dudes, and we love them so much. It's kind of a really cool, we're basically a Bloomington band compared to
Okay.
like we're not an Indianapolis band.
Yeah.
So we chill with bands in Bloomington that we think are cool and we are like friends with and stuff. And it's mainly like we're just like bros with House Olympics. On a tour together and like Nick's in both bands and stuff like that. So it's really cool to I just love them so much and it's like brotherly love. So, but we have like a few bands in Indianapolis that we're friends with. But a lot of the time, like it's we definitely feel like we're kind of an outsider when we come up for shows and we like drive out of our way to be there and um, there's like maybe like an ego thing involved with not with us or anything, but like people being like, oh, who's this band coming in here? But they have a way better scene, like or not better scene, but like a
Bigger one.
bigger
Yeah.
scene. There's like a very consistent group that like hangs out in Bloomington, which is rad, and they're super supportive of DIY culture and also of like touring bands and things like that. That's really important.
That's
Um,
awesome.
but in Indianapolis, it's just a bigger scene. I think people are like stoked to hang and stuff like that, which is really cool. And they just have better sound. We're playing house shows in Bloomington. That's our scene. And in Indianapolis, it's actual venues.
That's
And
crazy. Yeah,
so
it's a different vibe too, like house
it's
shows
so,
compared to venues. Or is it
yeah,
different?
it's not, neither one's better than the other. I love playing house shows so much, but I also love when people can hear my vocals. Definitely that. Um, but yeah, so it's just sort of like, give and take from each.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
All right,
totally.
so this one's a fun one or interesting one.
Cool.
If you could pick a song to cover, which one would it be and why? I mean, it could be just for one. It could just be for one band. It could be for both bands. It doesn't matter.
What if both bands had to be on
The
stage at the
same
same
song.
time?
Yeah, at the same time. All of you collective. I mean, it wouldn't be too bad because like
Yeah, we've got
you got two. Well,
we've got
two.
two member overlap. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be the Wise Man Sphere plus two. Um, so oh, that's a good question. I was talking about this with somebody last night. It's so hard. Um,
This one's
if
been a stumper. This one's been a stumper for most. Like either somebody's got it like right away, or they don't have it.
yeah, I think if I were to, I'm just trying to think of like the arrangement and like just like involved. Paul would really like for me to say a song from the new Pianos Become the Teeth record because he's been
Yeah,
listening to that record nonstop,
I
and it's a
know.
great record. It's dope. And I love it too. So that would be a lot of fun, and it would be a really good emotional time. I think probably "Joy" by Oceana though would have to be my
Nice. Okay, I like that.
that has to be my takeaway.
Okay, cool. And is
It's
that's just for Whalebones, I assume, right? Or for
yeah,
both?
probably. I don't know that it would really translate to what,
Too.
but it's just such an emotional song.
Yeah.
That's the first song I heard by Oceana, and it just like
Really? Okay.
that like changed. That's like when I wrote the Seaside EP. It was like Oceana had just come on the scene, and it was like, wow, this is.
This is great.
I didn't know this. This is amazing. I've never heard anything like this before.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah,
This one's also another fun one.
cool.
Favorite food from Indiana?
I don't know if Indiana has its own food.
I
So-
wasn't saying like I mean just like favorite food that you can get like in that I guess
Sure.
specific area.
Um, there's a place called Taiwan Tea House. I love that.
Ooh,
It's delicious.
Taiwanese food.
Yeah, it's awesome. Let's see. I almost said Steak and Shake just now.
Oh my
it's
God.
like, no, we're not doing too hot here.
Uh,
I really okay. In Indianapolis, okay, I'm centered now. I've got it.
I've got it.
There's a few different burger joints I love in Indianapolis. 317 Burger makes these amazing burgers that are crazy. They've got like all these different flavors and
That's crazy.
add-ons and stuff. There's 20 Tap, great burgers as well, great beer, and then there's also Hopcat, which they have another one. They have a few of those around. There's like one in Grand Rapids that we went to after the Under Oath show actually.
Nice.
But Hopcat is delicious, and they have like 30 local beers on tap, and it's just like, that's awesome. I like that.
So would you consider yourself like a foodie or like a beer guy kind of a thing?
No, I wouldn't. I think I'll eat whatever's in front of me. Like I'll eat trash, but I do like a good beer, but I'm not like an aficionado by any.
Yeah.
It's like I like IPAs, and I get shit for that from people. They're like, "Oh, you're a freaking snob because you like IPAs and like craft beer," and it's like it's just good to me. That's what like my parents like basically taught me to drink. Not like they didn't teach me to drink,
Drink, but just had I know what you
They
meant.
just like, yeah, exactly. If they were like, "Hey, you're 21, do you want a beer?" and I'd try it, I'd be like, "Yeah, this is good." And it's like, "Oh, it's an IPA," and it's just that.
That was
that's
it.
all- Yeah, it's just like I don't know. Now I buy the most expensive beer, I guess. That's how it goes.
That's
It's-
tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I had what did I have? I had Blue Moon.
Blue Moon,
Like
yeah.
that was like last year because I found out that I'm actually allergic to alcohol, so
Oh no!
so I can't drink. So
Honestly, like
I mean, people are
Beer
like, "Oh,
tastes-
you're not missing out," and beer tastes. Sometimes it doesn't taste great. So
exactly. And honestly, like alcohol is just like something that you don't really need. It's just
Yeah.
you don't need it all, obviously, but it's like it's something that I'm always very like hesitant about. I like the taste of beer, but I don't like the alcohol.
yeah,
Which is weird. Nobody wants non-alcoholic beer, but
Yes.
it's like one of those things. Like I don't know. Yeah, it's just not something that you necessarily need, or you don't need it. I don't know. I keep saying that.
no,
It's just,
I know. Yeah,
It's one of those things I always have a debate with myself. Like, I don't really know if I want to drink anymore, just because it's whatever. And I never drink in any excess by like at all.
yeah.
But it's just like why is this a thing? It's kind of it's weird to like the fact that people like want to like lower their like state or whatever. It's just I didn't when I was 21. I was like straight edge, but I wasn't straight edge. But I don't know. It's like I still keep those ideals.
I just feel like I went 21 years without it. I think I can go 20. I can go the rest of my life without it. So
Honestly, that's a really smart thing, and I completely support you in that. And
well, because I would die if I
Yeah.
literally die if I.
it's just you're really not missing out on much. I think like it's kind of an unnecessary thing that
Yeah,
isn't maybe nice sometimes, but whatever.
I just replace it with green tea, man.
Hell yeah, dude! What kind of tea do you like? I mean, green
Oh.
tea, like what brands and stuff?
Well, when I have the chance, I drink a lot of like Arizona or like
Okay.
Turkey Hill.
Let's
Turkey
do that.
Hill's relate.
You have-
Turkey Hill's like local to our area.
Wait, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Because we have Turkey Hill. Like that's a Kroger brand. Do
Oh,
you have
really?
Kroger out there?
No,
It's like a
no.
grocery
I
store.
know Kroger's
Okay.
is though. Yeah,
Okay. Cool. So like Turkey Hill is like their like
Turkey Hill's there. Like
you know, like
in
Turkey Hill ice cream.
yeah, Turkey Hill ice cream, like all that stuff.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Seriously, that double chocolate, like extreme cookies and cream. That's what
Oh
it's
yeah.
best. Best.
Ah, I should make that oh, we'll make that a question. This is now a new one that I'm adding to the list. Favorite ice cream.
It's not actually extreme cookies and cream.
It's not.
It's not. Just recently, my dad and I got some ice cream from Kroger. Actually, I mean, you can get this anywhere though. It's like black raspberry chocolate chunk. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh, it's the fruitiness of black raspberry
And then
with
just the chocolate. Ooh.
refined chocolate chunk. So
Sounds delicious. But classic gotta go
what's your
with
favorite?
cookie dough, man.
Cookie
Classic.
dough? Cool.
Classic. Yeah.
That's a safe way to be. I like it. It's delicious. That's the thing. It's like it never gets old,
I had like what did I have last night? I had like an orange fuzz. I had like an orange creamsicle. Ooh, dude.
dude.
Woo!
So good. You ever do
Delish.
like orange juice and vanilla ice cream?
Yes, I've done that. That is delish too, man. Ooh.
It's delicious, man.
I should make we'll have like a separate show where all we talk about is ice cream.
Dude, we'll just have a show where we just make it and then we just sit there like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. What are you eating right now? Dude, that sounds so good.
Well, we'll have to do it when you guys come around. Well, hopefully once your van. Well, we'll talk. We'll kind of tangent for a minute.
Sure, yeah.
You guys got into a little bit of van trouble.
Yeah.
But go support these guys. Go buy their record. Go get it on Bandcamp, or you can get a physical CD, which I love physical, so I'll have to go send you some 10 buckaroonies through
thanks, man.
through the thing. As
We
long
have
as you
shirts too, and those are cool.
as long as you guys put the memes on the CD.
Dude,
Don't put the memes, please don't.
really, I don't know if Paul told you this, but like Joe in his album credits, like put like dank memes
No,
as
you didn't.
yeah, he put like dank memes worldwide as his and like the album credits. It was like thank you so much because we each like got to thank people.
Oh
Right,
my god.
sick,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he wrote like dank memes worldwide.
Oh my god, that's
That was either the first or last thing he said.
now I have to get this physical CD so I can see that he put dank memes in there.
Yeah, I mean,
And I'm gonna have to add all of your band members on Facebook now because now I'm gonna be like, really, I'm just gonna be like, this is great, guys. Like dank
They're all
memes.
memers, dude.
You're all memers.
yeah, we have like a
Yeah,
chat. We have a chat with this other band, Drifter from Michigan, and we just send memes back and forth constantly. That's all we do. It's so fun, man.
That's the best relationship is when you can
Oh,
send
yeah.
memes to each other. That's what we do with the audio addiction thing.
Yeah,
We just say like we'll just talk about stuff and I'll be like, "Yo, fam, it's lit," and then like and then Nick will send a Betty White doing the dab, and I'm like, "Oh god,
I love you.
it's like this hurts my soul, man." I was like, I can't, but yeah, we're memers too, so
And that's the way to be.
maybe Wise Man fears Whalebone's audio addiction meme
Yeah,
group
dude.
chat now.
If you just make a group chat and you don't say anything, you just post a meme.
Ooh.
Just look out.
We're-
Do it today, man. It'll happen.
we'll do it today. This is gonna be
just like straight up message Joe and be like, Joe, I need a meme right now, and he'll be like, I got you, fam. I was having like a really bad day, and I was working this gig where I like classical orchestra thing.
yeah.
I was like running sound for it, and I was like, dude, I just need to pick me up right now. Can you send me some memes? And he just blasted so many memes, and I was just like, thanks, fam. And it just-
Oh my god, that's great.
yeah.
We're gonna have to when we go to the show. If you guys, get your van fixed, and hopefully you can tour. So support these guys so they can so we can just put memes all over your van. Just like tape memes, like cut out memes, and just like
Dude.
put them all over your van.
That would be amazing.
I'll have to
Honestly,
do that.
that'd be great.
Either that or at the show and be like, "Yo, we brought the memes, bro."
We did the memes. Yeah, about
my
that,
God.
dude. Like seriously, memes are great, and we're looking at a new van right now.
That's,
So,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
We'll see what happens with that.
Speaking of kind of van and like stuff like that, what do you guys? I mean, what do you do besides Whalebones and Wise Man Fears as I'm
Absolutely.
leaving?
Absolutely nothing. I'm just kidding. Like as far as like,
I just live on the streets in a
yeah.
box.
Paul and I live in Bloomington,
Yes.
and we do that. I work at that place where I take old records and I convert them to vinyl.
That's awesome, though.
I take old vinyl and I convert it to digital. And that's like a part of Sony, so that's cool.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good gig. And then let's see, I explore, hang out with friends, do all that stuff. Paul makes lyric videos for bands.
Yeah, I saw that because he posted on the Chango
Yeah,
forums, and I'm a part of that. So I was like, "Yo, man, I gotta like your thing," and I liked it.
Yeah, dude, he's really good at them too. He's really
Yeah.
quick at it. And he does a great job. I also do like I record bands.
Engineer, you do engineering.
I do engineering.
Awesome.
That's my degree is in audio engineering. So I've got a bachelor's of science in audio engineering.
Nice, nice.
And then I do mixing and mastering as well. That's
Cool.
I love it. It's so fun and creative, and I get to work with some awesome people and sort of grow in that way. And,
I hadn't. Well, that you mentioned, and that's kind of that's a good point. But we'll have to talk about it after because
sure.
I don't want to there's something secret that I want to work on. So I'll have to let you know later. But that's cool. I've always liked doing that, and I mean, I wish I was good at it. So, but
it's just fun, man, and like everybody's at different stages, so it's a good time.
yeah, because I do a lot of my recording on like GarageBand, so just for rough tracks. And I was telling the guys on the last episode that like, because the bands that we did last week, they're just a 2-piece. So like they do all like they did drums, and they had the drums come in, and he was in another band, and then like, just they had separate, people come together and kind of make the record, which was sick. But I was saying like, I had this laptop that I have literally right next to me, and I probably had like 35 tracks on there that I've been working on, and I was working on a video, and the computer crashed, and so like I lost, so I had to take it to the Mac store, and I lost like everything. So like now I have to restart. But I've been posting a lot of stuff on like Instagram now of like videos, just like 30-second videos of just me playing a little bit. So that kind of makes it enjoyable. But I wish I could get back. I don't know how much more of this pain that my laptop can take, but we'll figure it out. But
I understand, man. It's a rough thing. I actually I ran out of space on my phone, and I tried to delete audio that I thought was like voicemails.
It's actually tracks.
It was all of my voice memos, so I lost 6 months worth of writing, like little notes. So I've been recovering from that. It's rough, man.
I feel for you. I was in that same position, so that's the worst. That is by far the worst feeling. But we'll pass it off to the next question, and this kind of pertains to the job thing. What would be your dream job if it was not music?
I mean, do my jobs sort of count? They're still music, but they're not my music.
No, just like if you could do a job like that. I mean, people have kind of worded this in a different way, or like taken it in a different way. Like I've gotten like, for me, like I would love to do like management or something like that, like with labels, like work on a label or
so
something.
It's still
like
music related, but it's just not your specific.
Yeah,
music.
or you could take it like in a completely different direction. Like some guy was like, "Yo, I want to be an astronaut," and I was like, "That's rad." So
I have two answers then. I love recording bands. I love mixing and mastering. I think it's so fun, and I think it's really rewarding. I think everyone ends up happy with the result in the end. I keep hearing this really low rumble too. So I would love to do that, and I do that. I do like a lot of that sort of stuff now. But because music and recording and stuff is so time consuming, I haven't had the chance. I really loved. I was a camp counselor for one summer at a camp in Nashville, Indiana, and I loved it.
Awesome.
And I don't have time to do it anymore. My sister's a counselor there right now. What up, Julia? She's working right now, and it's so wonderful. And
that's cool.
I definitely love working with kids and just like hanging out outside and motivating them. It's 100% the most difficult thing I've ever done.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I've done it before too, so like I know what you mean. Like it is rough. But it's probably the most rewarding thing you can do though.
Yeah, 100%.
Um yeah, that's crazy. This one's also a fun one as well. If you could play another musical instrument, what would it be and why? Obviously you play guitar and you sing, so those choices have been eliminated.
Yeah. I do play piano. I mean, there's a lot of instruments that I play, but not super well. So I don't know if that counts, but like, I really want to get a lot better at the piano.
Piano, yeah.
I play it already, so I don't know if that's like if it has to be a completely foreign new instrument.
I mean, it could be like as like for me, I've always like for some reason I'd like the sitar. I
Yeah,
just love that like that twangy kind of like
yeah,
Middle Eastern kind of like sound to it.
yeah,
I always thought that was interesting, and just like the strings are like nuts. Like it's just like that's how they have the strings like arranged. It's just crazy. So
totally.
that would be one that would just be interesting, I
Yeah,
guess.
100%. Trying to think. It's so,
This one's a tough one too.
I know. Well, I just want to make sure I like say the right thing.
Yeah,
um, oh gosh, I don't know. It's so hard. There's so many strange instruments out there.
I mean, you could probably just stick with the piano, honestly.
Yeah, piano's safe.
Piano's a safe bet.
Harp's really pretty.
Yes, harp's cool.
Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, there's just a lot of different stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's
this one's my
drums.
favorite.
It's drums.
Oh, drums?
I figured
Nice.
it.
Drums.
It's drums.
Of course.
Dude, I have no like separation between my right foot and my right hand.
Yeah.
I'll be like trying to make it like a beat, and I'm like, wow, I'm hitting the same note with my foot.
I don't know how drummers do it, man. Like I'm a guitar player. I'm like, and we're both guitar players.
Exactly.
It's just like I don't know how to do drums. Like I like Chris and Nick both play drums
Yeah,
on our channel, and I'm like, how the hell do you do this, man?
yeah,
Like
it's crazy.
I just like I can't separate like my legs and my hands because like when you play guitar, like they have to be kind of succinct a little bit.
Exactly.
It's tough, like, and don't use your feet either. So like when you're playing guitar,
It's a completely foreign concept. So it's definitely drums. Yeah,
nice.
I need just like I want to like discipline myself so I can like get there. But let's see.
This one is my favorite question.
Oh man.
It hits my childhood. So
All
my
right.
favorite video game of all time is Pokemon. So this one's related to Pokemon.
Okay.
If you could be a Pokemon, what would it be? I know this one has stumped many of people.
That's big. That's
I know.
huge. That's awesome.
This might be the most important question.
Oh, I understand. I understand completely. It's definitely gonna be first 150.
Ooh, keeping it classic.
No, just kidding. I'm gonna be that chandelier Pokemon. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Let's see. First 150. All I know is I have a Shining Charizard, the card, and
Nice.
that's like hella bank right now. So I don't know what to do about that.
That's cool.
I'm trying to think what like defines me, like what has personality type. It'd be like adventurous, but also like introspective.
He's for Paul's. Nathan's really.
Oh yeah, you're good.
You're really thinking about this one, man.
I want to make sure I do it right, dude. These sort of questions, like which instrument, it's like, well, that's the next instrument I have to learn. Then everybody has to know exactly. Otherwise, like people are gonna have this wrong.
If I pick this Pokemon and it's now attached to me for the rest of my life.
Exactly. No, that's how I think, and I like freak out, like ah. So I would probably do like.
Ooh.
I don't want to be lame and say Pikachu, but he's like adventurous. He's been on the whole adventure.
You could say, ooh, I got a good one. You could say like Arcanine
Okay.
or something like.
Yeah, that would be. I feel like that's maybe more me is like 4 legs killing it. Yeah.
I'm just glad you just didn't say Zapdos because
No.
the irony of it, I did an interview like last week, which will probably go up Monday,
Yeah.
this upcoming Monday. But he said Zapdos, right? The guy
Yeah.
who was on it, and then literally the week before that,
They
or
said
not,
Zapdos.
no, 2 weeks before that, and he said he didn't even watch the video. He said Zapdos too,
Yeah.
which I was like.
That's crazy.
I was like, how the hell did you like pick the same one?
How
And
does that work?
and he was just like, dude, he's like, I didn't even like. I was like, I didn't even watch the video. Like, I had no idea he picked the same one. I'm just like, that's crazy. I was like, that's so rad though, too. So,
I'm scrolling through for like,
ooh, he's really thinking about it.
I want to make sure I get the right thing, man.
Ooh.
All right, going to page 2. Okay, that's got to be like thunder outside. It's just so so loud. It's like a bass drop outside right now.
It's Skrillex. He's dropping the beats.
Yeah, Skrillex is here, dude.
He's dropping the hot beats on our episode.
Dude, I'm probably like a freaking Magikarp, dude.
Magikarp? Oh man.
No, I
Uh,
Eevee. Eevee's cute, or like Dragonair.
ooh, Dragonair is nice.
Yeah, I'm Mewtwo, honestly. No.
Yo, man, I'm like
So-
Mew. I'm like Mew, man. Like, I'm so hard to find.
I'm just kind of like I'm probably Entei if I had to be honest. No, I'm just thinking of like I don't know. I'm stoked on like Magikarp. I'm kidding.
I'm just stoked on Magikarp. Like, no one picks him, but
Yeah,
he has the most potential. He turns into Gyarados. I mean,
exactly. So like, but he's still
he's still
Splash.
Magikarp.
He's still
Yeah.
splashing,
Still
dude.
splashing. Every damn splashing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know.
You're gonna okay? We'll go.
Gotta
Mag-
choose.
interesting choice.
I'll go with it. I think it's funny. It's not actually me, but I think it's funny. And we'll see.
Oh, interesting choice, because, like, I've had, what have I had? I've had Zapdos, I've had, the first guy I interviewed said, Ditto, which is great, because he said it's everybody.
That's cheating, dude.
I was like, man, are you talking about, like, Ditto, like, just the Pokemon, or, because, like, that's not cool if you
You're a
picked
blob, dude. You're a straight up blob.
Ooh.
What are you?
What am I?
Yeah, what Pokemon?
Oh man, this is tough. I might have to go with Blaziken, man.
Really?
He's OG, man, to me.
Damn.
I've always loved Blaziken.
That's
That's why, because I'm like a fiery hot wing. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, nice. I like
So I'm a spicy wang.
it.
So
Ooh.
so I have to go with that. But Blaziken is always like, even those games, like I'm super hyped for the new game. Like,
Yeah.
Sun and Moon. So
Yeah.
like I always get hyped for the games. Like,
Are you
man,
stoked for
like
Go?
I'm stoked for Go, man.
Dude, Go's gonna be
Like,
awesome.
it's gonna be good for you guys because you guys are gonna be touring and you'll be like, yo man, I caught like a Charizard. Like, oh,
You'll be
shoot.
like,
And I'm gonna be like,
"Screw you,
damn it, I can't leave.
I hope it comes out like soon. Do you know? Does it have a release date?
I know they're in beta now.
Yeah, they're in
So,
beta.
Like, the US beta. So I'm gonna say like late summer. That's what I'm feeling.
Oh wow, that's soon. That's awesome. I hope it's by like September. That's the next tour. So
Yeah, the next tour, you just all of you guys like we just meet up at the show and you're like, dude, I can't talk to you right now.
What's up, man? Oh shit. There's an Ivysaur on me, and I just want an
Yo,
Ivysaur.
let's battle. And I'm just like, dude, I just got it yesterday. It's like, don't worry about it. Like, we
Don't worry about it, man. Me too. And then you're like, yeah, but you have like everything from across all these regions. Yeah, it's not a big deal, dude.
Dude, I've just been, I'm in a band. Like, this is the perks of being in a band. Okay, like
Yeah.
now you got to make a band, and you got to travel now. So
Yeah, straight up.
that's great. But like, that's funny because like pretty much every band I've interviewed, except for maybe like one band, because like he's a little bit younger. He's much younger than I am.
Yeah.
But he was just like, yo, can we just make this interview about Pokemon? Like, I would be
He said
totally
that?
like, yeah, like, well, like,
That's
no,
dope.
well, now everybody except for this one guy, because like
Oh, okay.
because like I asked him and he picked like, he's like, I don't really like follow Pokemon, and that like my whole heart like strong.
You're like, no.
I was like, you can't, man. And then,
Dude.
so he was like, I have to pick like Squirtle, and I'm just like, oh, dude.
That's lame, dude. That's lame.
Like, oh, the cringe, man. But it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay though. He's a cool dude. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but
We had like Pokemon cards got banned from our school. I don't know if that was the same for you.
what? Oh man,
It's like, I mean, we used to trade all the time and
that's
stuff.
crazy.
Then it like got to the point where like, kids are getting jealous, and I had some kid who like ripped up one of my cards, and
Nah, whoa.
yeah, so
That's crazy. Yeah, because I wasn't like when I went to school, it wasn't as much Pokemon cards. Obviously, we had Pokemon cards,
totally.
but like the main thing that everybody played when it was like recess time, Beyblades.
Beyblades, dude.
Battles out in the thing, man. Yo, that got hyped, man. Everybody was out there. You're like, yo, man, you going to go watch them play some Beyblades? I'm like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude, it's lit.
And then we used to battle each other. Oh, that was vicious.
Yeah, man.
You made some enemies. You made some friends. You know what I mean?
You spun some tops.
Spun some tops. You know, I don't think it gets any better than that.
That's the way it should be.
But
Straight up.
but yeah, more or less the Beyblades. The cards were funny because like as a kid, like we had like the elementary school and like the middle school and I think even the high school were like all together. And
Okay.
so like like what we thought was like a super rare card was like actually really rare, and like some of like the high schoolers were like, yo man, I'll trade you this like super shiny Caterpie for this like first edition Charizard. I'm like, yo man, that's so cool, let's do it. And then so we traded, but like, and then he's like, like now this thing's worth like a ton of money. And
Yeah, exactly.
oh,
Yeah.
that was terrible, dude. I still have like a lot of my cards, not to.
I found my Yu-Gi-Oh cards recently and my Pokemon cards, and I was like going
Ugh.
through. I was like, dude, low key, I need new instruments. I'm trying to
I
sell.
might have to try to get rid of these.
Yeah,
Ugh.
So it's not gonna. It's
I know, man. I
my
have
childhood, but it's also money.
money.
So
It is also money. If you have first edition Charizard, that's money right there.
I have something. I have some Charizard.
First edition shiny Charizard, that's
I for sure have a shining Charizard because I can. It's right there. I can grab it.
now I know where it's at. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
I like drive my. I'm like, all right, see you later, Nathan.
Put
I,
it
like,
in real quick.
and then like I just take a car over, and I'm like, yo, give me that card.
I'm gonna pull it out right now because it's.
Oh my
it's-
god. Oh. Now I know where it's at.
I mean, it's not hiding by any means. If somebody wanted to take it, I'd like super bummed. They'd probably get more out of it than I
Oh
would.
my god. That's great. You have a binder. That's how you know it was legit.
There he is.
Ooh, dang. That looks legit.
It's real. It's real, man. So I got a few that I'm stoked on. I've got a few of the unknowns, but those are apparently worth 25 cents. I was collecting all of them, the whole alphabet.
The whole alphabet.
Yeah.
How'd that turn out for you?
I got probably like 15 of 26.
Oh,
Not the best.
that's
but
tough.
whatever.
That's tough. But anyway, this isn't about Pokemon, but I wish
But it is.
but I wish I could talk about it for more time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we'll move it on to another fun kind of question. What's your most memorable moment, I guess, between the different bands? I mean, obviously they'd be different because, they're two different bands, but
Yeah.
what have been I mean, it doesn't have to be one singular moment. You can have multiple. We've had multiple because, like, people are like, oh, I can't just narrow down one thing. Like,
Yeah.
so why don't we limit it to, like, 2 or 3?
Honestly, let's limit it to one. I'm just
Really?
gonna.
All
I think straight up. Yeah. So this is just most recent. So I'm
Okay.
gonna say it. This most recent tour we went on, it was nightmarish for like car breaking down everything.
Yeah.
But we were in West Virginia and we met this guy named John, super kind dude. He took us hiking.
Awesome.
And we saw some beautiful like cliffs, and it was just amazing. We climbed, and it was so cool. And then he took us to a waterfall, and we all jumped off the waterfall.
I saw that. That was awesome.
It was beautiful, and it was like terrifying, but it was so loved it. And yeah, so wow, what an experience! Super happy about it, and definitely going back there. So
Awesome.
that was definitely like just one of the rewarding. I mean, obviously, like playing in a band on tour. Sorry, just making sure that wasn't an issue. Playing in a band and like all that is so rewarding. But
Yeah.
then to have like these amazing experiences along with that are just it's so fun. So
That's awesome.
love it, love it. Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, so this one's a cool one too. In your opinion, who puts on the best live show, and what has been your favorite live show?
Wow.
I know these are. I have the hard hitting questions that everybody wants to know.
I'm not sure. Okay.
I know it's tough. I'm purposefully made these like some of these real tough because.
Okay, so there's different genres.
Yes, that's fine.
Bands like Let Live and
Yes.
The Chariot blow it away performance wise. It's incredible.
Have you seen 68?
Yeah, 68 is
Yes,
awesome
68
too.
is ridiculous.
It's not as like just the crowd.
The Chariot, yeah.
It's not the Chariot. It's still cool. Honestly, I saw this Nashville country sort of band called they're called the Lone Bellow, and they are beautiful. Their harmonies are amazing, and they put on such an energetic show. I was blown away.
That's crazy.
It was so cool.
It's like doing banjo spins, just like throwing the banjo.
Yeah, pretty much. No, but they're just like their harmonies were so on point. Everything about it was just so tight, and they were just so freeform at the same time. It wasn't like to a click. It was just like this is the song, and we all get it. Like it was just real music. It was awesome, and the crowd was so into it. And I saw them with my dad, and it was. So Lone Bellow honestly puts on such an amazing show. And then let's see.
Favorite live show. That one's the tough. That's always been the toughie.
Like my favorite show I've ever been to.
Yeah, I guess that would be better.
I'm trying to think of like stacked rosters. I've been to some.
Ooh, yeah.
I saw Motion City Soundtrack, Now, and Jukebox the Ghost, and that was a fun show.
Nice. I like that. I like that lineup a lot, actually.
I saw From Indian Lakes twice in a week, and that was really fun.
That one's a tough one. I can see you like trying to think.
I love going to concerts. Copeland, I saw them. That was beautiful.
Oh, I have yet to see Copeland, so.
I think I'll go with the Now Motion City Soundtrack Jukebox the Ghost one. That's safe.
Nice. I like that.
There's so many bands involved there, you know? It's like, it's cool. I always love seeing Motion City. I'm going to see him in a week.
The last time.
Yeah, the last time.
Sad. That's sad.
Yeah, I'm going to see him in 6 days.
Ooh, I'm sure you're excited, man.
Yeah.
It's sad and exciting at the same time.
Exactly. I love them so much.
So.
So.
This one kind of leads into this question. What would be your dream tour? And it doesn't have to necessarily be like genre specific. Like you can have like I've had like people have like Baby Metal with like Incubus and like
Dude.
Just like crazy tours.
Baby Metal rules. I was trying to convince somebody last night. I was talking to somebody and we were just talking about music and I don't remember how we got into it.
I have to admit that they have grown on me tremendously.
They are so good. Like, wow.
The Metal Resistance album was killer. Like, I love all the instruments. I think it took me a while for me to get used to, like, you know, Japanese schoolgirls, like, singing tracks.
Singing songs and whatever, but
Karate's the jam. That's all I'm going to say. That one's the jam.
Yeah, Karate is the best song on that record. On the record before that, Megitsune is amazing. Yeah. It's got this crazy breakdown. It's just like, and she screams.
Too bad Dan's not on here. He's a little bit of a weeaboo.
Oh yeah,
he loves Baby Metal. So Dan, if you're watching,
what up, Dan?
We have another Baby Metal fan to add to the arsenal. So
yatta, we did it.
We did it.
But let's see. Okay. I would love to see. I'm trying to think of a tour that hasn't happened.
Yeah, but it can be crazy. Like it could be anything. It could be like dead people, like people who aren't obviously alive. Like somebody put like Michael Jackson, Baby Metal. It's just like a crazy lineup like that. I would have been like, what?
It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day.
Motion City Soundtrack.
Okay.
Final show. They're playing. This is the last show they're playing. Under Oath's gonna be there. I'm not sure the order of these bands, but
it's okay. It doesn't matter.
From Indian Lakes is gonna be there. We're gonna have Manchester Orchestra there. We're gonna have D Antwoord is gonna be there just to sort of like break up the mood a little bit. It'll be tight. That's when people are like feeling, man, I just really want to dance. I'm tired of being so
Oh
tired.
man.
Um, there's gonna be like an acoustic tent off to the side. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, this is probably the best one yet.
Circus Survive is gonna be there, obviously.
Oh man.
But we're gonna end off the night with Slayer, obviously. But they're only doing Carly Rae Jepsen songs. Dude, I know. It's not a tour, it's a festival.
Oh my God, this has been the best tour slash festival show lineup that I've ever heard in my entire life. So
Dude,
I think you
every
are the one to beat now. Like
Well,
every interview that I've had, you are the one to beat now.
right.
So if you guys can beat Nathan,
bring it on.
bring it on, because this might have been the best one that we've had yet.
So
So this one's also kind of a fun one, and you can kind of talk
They're
about
all
some
fun.
bands that you like. Yes, they are all fun ones. You can all kind of talk about bands that you like that, are local to you. Just some killer bands coming out of Indiana.
yeah. House Olympics, of course. Can't
Yes.
say enough about them.
Now I
Love
have to hit them up and ask them if they'd like to be on here because
those- they're good dudes, man. They'd have fun. You guys would enjoy it. They're
Awesome.
super cool. Let's see them. Elena Coast, great dudes, super kind. Great music too.
yeah, awesome.
Love them as people too. Let's see. There's this band called the Wise Man's Fear. I'm just kidding.
I don't know if you've heard of them. Like we've been talking about them all night.
Yeah. There's a band called Venerations. They're really nice dudes.
Awesome.
Their singer's cool. Connor, what's up, yo? But I like them a lot, and yeah, I just think like those are some solid bands that we really enjoy hanging out.
I've
with.
been trying to get more like eclectic bands, like because obviously most of the bands that we've had on have been like kind of heavier bands, except for
Yeah.
your band. Like
Yeah.
yours is more indie. But I've been trying to get like different bands on here so I can listen to something different. Because I'm
Well-
not saying that like, hey, I'm gonna stop listening to metalcore forever or post-hardcore. Because that's not the case. Because I always love that stuff. But
Yeah.
I want to listen to something that I'm like, oh man, like this is different. Like I had not heard this before in a while. Like
This is like indie screamo.
indie
It's-
screamo.
It's
Is it
it's
indie
like
screamo? Huh.
no, like not like Indianapolis. I mean like indie like
Yeah, indie like the sound type of music.
yeah. It's like emo.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, emo.
it's that kind of music. Like it's its own culture. DIY culture is like a really cool thing that we've been lucky to be a part of, and like
That's
just
cool.
really good vibes. And yeah, so yeah,
You'll have to message me some of these bands so I can
Yeah.
get
Sure.
in contact with them.
of course.
But this one's. I mean, I'm gonna keep saying it. These are fun questions. 'Cause
Dude, they're all fun.
They're all fun questions.
Yeah.
But favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Okay, I had part of okay. Twin Peaks is my favorite TV show of all time.
Nice.
Uh,
Okay.
X-Files is close behind, but it's nowhere near Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is it's close behind, but it's also nowhere near it. I don't know what that means. But okay, I was having this conversation with somebody last night about favorite movie. I have different categories. My favorite movies of all time, I've decided, she described it really well. It's movies that when you leave, they make you feel like you want to be a better person. They just sort of center you again and make you feel like at peace and
Yeah.
home. I saw a movie recently called To the Wonder. That's amazing. It's beautiful cinematography. There's not much dialogue, not much narration. It's just kind of straightforward. Like you just experience it. You just see it happen, and it's really beautiful. It's really good.
Just movies that make you feel, right?
They make you feel. That's what it is. It's like, oh, speaking of make you feel, there's a band. They're not local, but they're really good friends from work. Oh, Kinder Than Wolves. You should talk to them because they're great people.
Awesome. I will.
Okay, but movies. To the Wonder is full, but it's not my favorite movie. My favorite movie is probably Melancholia. It's got Kirsten Dunst in it. It's like 3 hours long. It's beautiful.
Oof, 3 hours.
Same sort of thing. Not a whole lot of dialogue going on. It's mostly about the like emotion and the feel and the cinematography.
Being melancholy.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really sad movie. It's really beautiful though, and I love that movie. But I have another section of movies which are called Rachel McAdams movies. I have a huge crush on Rachel McAdams, and I'll tell you my order of Rachel McAdams movies right now.
Okay, do it.
It goes About Time, The Vow, The Notebook.
Ooh, you put The Notebook in 3? Ooh.
I know, right? It's crazy because that's usually people's number one. And then The Time Traveler's Wife. And is that it? Are there only 4 like romance movies with Rachel McAdams? Maybe, but that's my order.
I only put, you know what I put her in for number 1?
Mean Girls.
No.
Oh, what?
Lego Movie.
Was she in Lego Movie?
I thought she was in the Lego Movie, yeah.
Maybe she was. Dang.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, let me know. That's so crazy.
I think she's in the Lego Movie.
That was a good movie, yo.
I love that movie.
Yo, did you talk to Paul about that? Because he freaking loves Legos.
Oh my god, we're just gonna have to have it like a separate episode where we just talk about like Pokemon,
you just have to like have like a weekly
Pokemon and Legos, and yeah, I'll have a weekly show that just will not pertain to music at all, which will still be uploaded on this channel.
You're like, why is this dude Paul like a part of it now? And you're like, no, he's not.
I got her mixed up with somebody else. It's Elizabeth Banks, but she's still good too.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Damn it.
But yeah, Rachel McAdams is dope. Love her.
Let me see. I'm gonna look up Rachel McAdams movies now, because that's gonna bother me.
She's a sweet gal. She's nice.
She's
I've never met her, but
she's in the new Doctor Strange movie too.
Oh, that's like not out yet though, is it?
It's not out yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I'm gonna see that because I'm a huge Marvel fan.
Yeah, that'll be tight.
Wow, she has a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Mean Girl, yeah. Wedding Crashers. She was good in Wedding Crashers. Never saw Wedding Crashers?
I know, I need to.
That's a classic movie. I
no,
like that.
Night.
She was in Sherlock Holmes.
Yep.
Both Sherlock Holmes, The Vow, like you said.
I thought I was gonna hate The Vow, but it was awesome.
She was in this newer movie, Aloha.
Yeah, I didn't see that one either. There's a lot of movies where she like plays like a villain actually, which is crazy.
And they also have Southpaw.
Southpaw was really good, except they killed her in the first 20 minutes. Spoilers. She dies.
Oh man!
I liked that movie a lot, and it was really like sad, like heartbreaking and whatever. But at the same time, they killed her right away, and I was like, you have to do that.
But, all right, yeah. I love how you have like a separate category to just Rachel McAdams.
It's just
hey,
romance movies, but they're all her.
Hey, whatever, yeah.
She's the best at it. Like no one else does those movies. Like there's A Walk to Remember, and that was okay, but
that is true. Mandy Moore, yeah.
Yeah, she's no Rachel McAdams. You know,
she is no Rachel McAdams. You are.
It's not gonna make you feel like, oh my gosh, love is perfect. Blah, blah. Like I don't know. That's how I get when I watch those movies.
Have you ever cried in a movie, or would you be willing to admit that you've cried in a movie?
I was choking up when I was watching About Time 2 days ago.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah,
got the exclusive here.
It wasn't like a romance thing. It was like, I don't know if anyone's seen that movie. So
I have not. So.
Okay, well you should watch it. It's really good. It's not like it's a romance movie for sure, but there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other stuff going on as well. It's just cute. It's a cute movie, but there's some bittersweet moments. That
you're like, oh man, why put this bowl of onions here?
Yeah, exactly. It's so weird. Why is that? Okay, the animated Tarzan. When they're like rounding up all of the gorillas like towards the end, and like they shoot the like main dude. I was like,
you know what? That reminds me. Toy Story 3.
Okay.
That ending killed me. Like I was bawling.
Dude, I know I was supposed to see it because it was perfect timing because I was going to college and stuff, but I never saw it.
The feels, man. If you want to, if you like, and like one, I think I saw like one of my friends who's like, dude, are you crying? I'm like, I'm not crying,
Shut
man.
Up. Leave me alone.
I have something in my eye, man.
Yeah, it's cool, dude. I'm cool.
Cool. Yeah. That one, and Marley and Me, I cried. Those are the only two that I will be willing to admit. This is exclusive for me only.
We were in Connecticut and we went to an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet.
Yes.
For the Whalebones tour, and they had Marley and Me on the TV, and I've never seen it, so I didn't really like follow it. I wasn't watching it really, but we'd be like eating, and then Nick would be like, "Oh no, it's gonna happen! It's gonna happen!"
Well, Nick and I are in the same boat on that because that's heart wrenching, dude.
Yeah, yeah, he's a sweetie. I love that boy.
Oh man, I'm a crybaby.
Yeah.
A big old crybaby.
Good. Shows heart, man.
Yes, it does show heart. It shows emotion.
Yeah.
I'm a vulnerable type of dude.
Oh
That's
yeah.
why. But this one's a cool one too. We got favorite video game. If you video game a lot.
I don't video game a lot, but I say the game I put in the most hours on is Team Fortress 2.
Nice. Okay.
I bought it when I was like in high school, I guess. Got my wisdom teeth taken out, and I remember I just played. I played like I
Hours.
don't know. Is like 500 hours a lot or like normal?
I don't really know. I think
It's not my
that's
Steam
quite
account.
that's quite a lot. I would say.
Yeah, on my Steam account, I played like 500 hours for Team Fortress 2. So that I really like the BioShock games. I just love the storyline. It's really cool. That's fun. I don't really play these games that often though. Is the thing. Like, I just don't have time. I think.
To me, like, yeah, I definitely get you. And a lot of the games that I play now are just like nostalgic games. Like I have a Wii U.
Right.
You can hate on me because I got a Wii U,
Dude,
but like it's
Dude,
Nintendo,
you got
man.
You got Smash 4 or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Come
Oh
on.
yeah. Come on.
That's a necessity. Along
You
with
have to-
along with Mario Kart. Mario Kart.
Mario Kart is dope.
Yes.
I love those games.
Oh.
I'll play. I don't really like Smash that much. I'm not good at it, but I'll play Mario Kart any
All
day.
the time.
Yep.
Well,
Oh, I've got it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
go.
My favorite game of all time is Pocket Bike Racer. Burger King put out, instead of Happy Meal toys, they put out these Xbox video games. And I bought them all. Xbox for 50 cents in total. I bought 3 Xbox games. First one is called Sneak King, and you walk around and you sneak burgers into people's pockets. It's creepy, and it's so funny. I love it. They have another one called Big Bumpin', which is the best name ever for a
Yes.
video game. It's a bumper car game. You
It's
just-
also a good name for a rapper too.
Big Bumpin'.
Big
Yeah,
Bumpin'.
exactly. But the best game of all is Pocket Bike Racer, which is literally Mario Kart but with Burger King characters.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't even know Burger King had characters besides the king.
they have like a chicken. They have somebody who they have a biker who's just a normal biker, and then they've got like some girl who works as like an attendant at
Oh my
King.
gosh.
They've got a guy who works as an attendant.
Oh,
I always play as the chicken. That's my favorite.
well, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, some people like the king, but the king creeps me out.
Oh my god. Yeah, he does. He's
Not the
so cool.
chicken though. For some reason, the guy in the chicken suit doesn't freak me out.
Yeah,
So-
but again, I played like a lot of classic games. Like I just got, well, not just got. I got it a little whiles ago. The Mario Maker.
Oh yeah,
Is where you create your own levels, and you know, like being a creative, you know, playing music and stuff. It's just
Yeah.
like right up my alley.
yeah.
Like,
You're
it's,
like, this is amazing.
it's so much fun, dude. Like
I bet.
I didn't think I would have so much fun with that game, but like you spend so much time on it, you're like, man, I gotta make this sick level.
I want to make this level awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Like the possibilities are endless there.
Oh, they are. It's insane. People, and then like people post their own like levels, and like there's just a community of people who make levels and stuff. So
Yeah.
I love that game. That was
That's
probably my one of my favorites recent games. And Pokken Tournament. Pokken Tournament's nuts.
Dude, we played that recently. It was so cool.
Yeah, it's so much fun, dude.
Played that in New Jersey, and it was like, wow, this is.
Oh
beautiful.
wow, you're in New Jersey. Thanks for
Well,
I'll see you later. That
we played in Boone. We played in Boonton.
Boone. Yeah, you told me that. And then you went to like Philly, didn't you?
Philly was before that. The day before was Philly, and then we went to
Done.
Boonton.
Don't even hit the homies up. It's okay.
Dude, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Now you know.
Now I know. Yeah,
'Cause I
exactly.
even commented on the Whalebones thing.
I
was
saw
like,
that.
I was like,
We're going-
better be New Jersey or like Philly, because if not, I'm gonna start a riot on
We got hit up by somebody in New Jersey. They wanted us to play at their venue. So
What was it?
let me tell you in a second.
I'm curious.
But we're actually going to be going west for this new tour. We're going to try and make it out to Cali and see some people.
Wow. It's okay. It's okay, Nathan. I won't.
Sorry.
I
Next time.
listen. I had a beef with Paul the last episode, and that's gonna continue to grow. I don't want to start a beef with you now. So
Old Mogul Theater.
we're Old Mogul Theater. I don't even think I've heard of that one. You should try to see if you can get
Montclair.
to.
It's in Montclair.
Ooh, that's kind of a hike too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have to see. We could
seem
probably
super
make
nice. It sounds great. So
we
we'll
can make it out to that one, hopefully.
yeah,
You should hit up Game Changers World in
Game Changers
Howell.
World.
Yeah, it's in Howell. That's
Okay.
like not that far away from us. That's like half an
Where
hour.
is like Paramus from you? I bought my guitar in Paramus.
Paramus is quite a ways away as well too.
We
Yeah.
have like we have family friends in Ramsey, New Jersey, so we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Paramus is kind of. I'll have to check. I'll have to let you know.
so you're more southern Jersey.
Yeah, we're like more south central kind of
Gotcha. Cool.
Jersey.
Okay.
Definitely more south related. I know like um Game Changers World isn't like that far away from the beach, so if you got like a day off or something, you could go to the beach. That'd be rad.
Jersey Shore, bro.
Jersey Shore.
Jersey.
Not the TV show Jersey Shore.
Dude, I'm trying to get Mike the Situation's autograph.
You're gonna try to get him on a new Whalebones record.
I can get him like fist bumping on like on something.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I want a video of the Situation fist pumping.
Oh my gosh. That's more like Atlantic City, Seaside Heights. Like the beach we would probably go to is not even remotely close to that.
Okay.
So that's
Well,
great.
can we make a trip out that way? Because that's where I want to
Do you want to go down there? We can do it. We
go.
can certainly
Cool.
make it happen.
Dope,
Make it
dude.
happen for you guys.
Thanks, man.
You could also do for like the Wise Man Fears. That's also a great spot
Oh, yeah.
too, because like they do have a lot of like metal acts that roll through Howell too.
Dope. Okay,
So,
cool.
so
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to shoot them the deets. Shoot
Yeah,
you guys the
dude.
deets on that.
That'd be awesome. That'd be so fun.
Favorite thing from Indiana,
Anything.
or about Indiana. Anything? I know it's tough to narrow.
Yeah, right. Uh, dude, I just love the people.
People.
Yeah, I mean, is that fair to say? Like,
Yeah, that's fine.
people in Indiana are very relaxed and laid back. It's it's not some quick, fast-paced thing. It's very like Hoosier hospitality is a thing. It's just like we're the Indiana Hoosiers, so it's Hoosier hospitality. It's everybody's just super kind, and it's like one of those things you'll be at a stop sign for longer to you because you're both like waving. No, please, you go. No, you go. No, you go.
No, you go. And then like for us it'd be like, yo man, get the
Yeah.
out of the way, man.
And I'm that dude. And so I'm just like, oh, you're not gonna take it? I'm taking it. Like, get out of my way.
Yeah, that's literally how it is in Jersey. Like
Yeah.
we do have, I will admit, like it is bad. It is
Yeah,
bad.
It's rough,
It's
man.
very
But
bad.
I think like I don't know. I like the people. They're just kind, and I love my friends in Indianapolis. They're just I love my friends everywhere, but my friend.
Except for that kid Paul, man.
Yeah, Paul, screw him. He's not in Indianapolis right now. I don't want to deal with him being in the same city. No, I think like no. I just think like everybody in Indiana is just very like. I think it's easy to relate to people here, and
That's cool.
they're very like quick to like try and accommodate you. They want to like get to know you, or they want like if you're not comfortable with something, they're gonna be like, oh, it's cool. Let's do something else.
That's
All
rad.
Yeah, so I like that about people.
And lastly, band info, like either tour dates or like anything that's going on pertinent to either your Whalebones or the Wise Man Fears.
Cool. So I'll run through it all real quick.
All
Check it out. Whalebones on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Probably hang out the most on Instagram and Facebook. So hit us up and I'll respond and say something silly back, hopefully.
Send the memes.
Send memes if you got them. Like memes to fill my inbox on Instagram. Really warm my heart. Let's see. Booking a tour for out west in September. So
I saw that, yeah.
if you book shows or if you have any friends who do or you want us to come to your town, message me.
Philly. Just
Okay, we'll get in touch. Yeah, definitely coming back to Philly though. Our friend Mac, the band Jank, is in Philly and they're
awesome.
great. Then the Wise Man Sphere, we're on Bandcamp and stuff like that. We have a GoFundMe up right now because our van broke down. It's totaled, so we have to buy a new van, and we are all broke. So it'd be dope if you could help us out.
Yes.
Then we are going on tour next month in July. Then starting the 19th, we're going out with In Dying Arms and It Lies Within, and that'll be a fun tour. We're going to go down to Florida and up the East Coast a little bit. We're going to be making it as far as Baltimore.
Oh, I thought you switched it. I thought you guys were
Oh,
on a PA or something.
maybe
That's what I heard from Paul.
I think that was for this past.
Oh, it was for this past one.
Yep. But the Philadelphia show fell through anyways, so don't worry.
Oh man.
Or it wasn't
Wow.
Philly. It wasn't gonna be Philly. It was gonna be
It's
Pittsburgh.
like Reading, right, or something.
It was.
Yeah.
It was gonna be. It was gonna be the Mr. Roboto project in
Oh,
Pittsburgh.
was it? Okay.
But yeah, so we're doing that. We got music available, iTunes, Spotify. Stream our record as many times as you want for both bands for free because we actually make a lot of money off of Spotify. That's a good way for us to make income. So if you just like leave it on repeat, that'd be dope.
Just as background noise, you know.
Yeah, just leave it, or like just turn the volume off on your computer and leave it on. Like that's sweet.
All right.
That.
we will link all of their stuff, their YouTube pages, just like anywhere you can find these guys, and then make sure to donate to these guys because they're both awesome band. He's in both bands and they're both awesome.
Nice.
I can speak English, but yeah, like definitely help them out. Wise Man Fears is like one of those up and coming bands. I feel like, and I'm not just saying that because I run the show. I really do mean it, and I do mean it. 95% of what I say. So I definitely think they're an upcoming band, and I mean they work with Johnny Frank from Attack Attack, so the production value is right up there with some of the up and coming bands. So make sure to keep a lookout for them. And I have two things to ask you before we rock it.
Let's do it.
First thing, Paul was telling me you play in a different tuning.
Yeah.
For Whalebones. I'm
Yeah.
curious what tuning that is because it was bothering the hell out of me because he couldn't tell me, and I was like, oh, what tuning is this? Because I love because on this one, I'm gonna be talking about myself a little bit, guys. Here,
Good.
because just to fulfill my need. But this one, I tuned it. It's all standard up until G, and then I think it's F sharp. A and D at the bottom there, and then I have the capo at 1, but I move it around, and then I also got this jazzy little thing, the spider capo.
The spider. Yep.
Dude, I love this thing.
That's some emo stuff there, man.
It was well worth my money, and I have an EBO which I haven't really taken out yet, but I have to
You
work
get
on
an
it.
EBO really badly. That's definitely going to be on the next Whalebones record. It's going to be some EBO. But I play in the tuning I play in is like a C sharp, G sharp, C, D sharp, A sharp, D sharp. So it's a 7th chord.
Interesting.
It's pretty open sounding. It's this isn't in that tuning right now though.
Did you have to get different strings to make that work, or is it just like regular strings?
I use 12 gauge on my electric,
Ah, okay.
so I play with a thicker gauge.
Yeah, that's a crazy. Yeah, that's a crazy tuning.
Yeah,
I love that tuning.
it's pretty, man. It's definitely like my favorite tuning. I'm writing in new tunings and stuff for new stuff, but
You have to try out that one with the one that I just said.
yeah,
That
standard is
one's-
G.
It's standard. It's E, B, G, F sharp, A, and D.
Okay.
So it's like an open chord, I think. I don't know which one. I'm sorry for my lack of musical knowledge, but
I'll have to ask you about that again. No, it's cool. I'll have to ask you about that. I'm really bad with
yeah, remembering the tuning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have been using that, and I love using capos. So
Yeah.
that's thanks to Artifacts Pro. Shout out to Artifacts.
Dude, they're dope, man.
But that Artifacts, Chon, Polyphia. Well, I don't really listen to a lot of Polyphia because they are just nasty. They're just nasty guitar wise. I would never be able to play like that, but I always do appreciate stuff like that. But I like Chon and Covet.
Yeah, Covet, dude.
Or Covet, yeah, I love them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
But that was my next question. If you can try to help me out with that, I'd love to have them on.
Dude, yeah, I'll let them know for sure.
Because I'm a big Yvette Young fan, so
Yeah,
I might
she's great.
fangirl. I might fangirl a little bit. So if you can make my fangirl dreams a reality,
She's super kind. She's a good person.
I would probably kill myself.
Oh
Not really,
man, you'll be good. You'll be
not
good.
really kill myself, but I would go into like a state of panic because I'm
You'll
like,
be set is what you're saying. You would feel like you've done what you like needed to do. Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. It just
No, but-
fulfill my fangirl needs of just being an artist and creating stuff. Like
Yeah, she's
I've been following her music for quite some time now, so like it's cool you're in contact with her because I was gonna like hit her band up and try to see, but now now have it in kind of, so that
there's
helps out
some
a
kind.
lot.
You could hit him up. You could be like, "Yo, what's up?" And she will respond. If she's like she's super like busy, like working
Oh, I
and
know.
but I mean, she really cares about people who listen to her music, and she wants to like make friends. So like you should just hit her up.
All right, I'll do
I'll say
that.
something too, but you know you
Be
should.
like, yo, young, like that Brandon kid, man.
Yeah, no, he's tight.
Massive. He's all right.
But yeah,
But
man.
but anyway, that's pretty much it. So
Man,
thank you for being a part of this.
dude,
I'm glad
thank you for having
I'm
me
glad
again.
we could
This is
talk about
awesome.
Pokemon and guitars and guitar
Yeah,
tunings. But check out the Wise Man Fears. Check out Whalebones. Both awesome bands. Totally different genres. So like if you're expecting Whalebones to sound heavy, they're not, and if you're expecting Wise Man Fears to sound light, then you're wrong. So definitely give both his bands a listen. Like that's the whole point of this is just to kind of listen to different things, branch out, kind of grow musically. And make sure you subscribe and like this video. It would help out a lot, and it helps us get cool bands like Nathan's bands and like every other band that I've had an interview with. Just help them out because they're struggling bands and they deserve the time and the spotlight. So with that, we'll see you guys at the next interview. All right, take it easy.
peace, yo.
Bye. Oh man, gotta stop recording.